Hello guys, thank you for tuning in to my channel. My name is Anthony and I do hope that today your day has been okay. I pray that God has kept you guys until now, and I do hope that you have the strength to keep on pushing despite probably the challenges that you're facing. So in our episode today, I'd just like to take a few minutes of your time, like 5 or 10 minutes, just to bring something to your attention. So just a few minutes ago, I was just online browsing, and then I saw a headline concerning one of the judges of the Supreme Court. I think his name is Justice Ibrahim, and my spirit picked up something, and I just thought to inquire more. So okay, there are some messages that I come, or the videos that when I record, I usually have express instructions from God or revelation concerning them. So when I bring them to you, it is a confirmed thing. So this is not one of them. This is just something that I came across, and I decided just to kind of inquire from my own intuition just to see where it will lead me. And I've just uncovered something interesting that I think you should pay attention to. So when I saw the death of this person just a few moments ago, I was curious because if you know about the transition that God is doing in Kenya, every position of power is of importance, especially when it comes to changes, okay? Major changes with high positions of power within the nation. So I decided just to look at this judge to see what was peculiar about him. So what I found out was quite interesting. So first of all, he is part of the Supreme Court inaugural bench, meaning he was among the first judges that were appointed in this new constitution of Kenya in 2011. So he's among the few that were the initial group that were appointed. Some of them were appointed and they retired, and then we got others who were appointed afterwards. Okay, so he has died, I think, at 69 years, if I'm not wrong, because his death has just happened today. He is one of the initial judges who came in after the new constitution. Then I looked further and I saw that he is the chairperson of the Judiciary Committee on Elections. If you've been careful or paying close attention to what I've been telling you about how God is reforming Kenya, how he's changing the systems, how he's transforming the mindset of the country to usher in change for a new generation. I hadn't thought about it until I just started, perusing and just inquiring more into him. Then the first thing I saw was that he is the chairperson of the Judiciary Committee on Elections. He is the chairperson of this committee. So what does that mean? This committee, what it does is that it prepares, it coordinates, and it oversees the judiciary handling of election disputes. Okay, so this committee is the committee that prepares everything. Okay, it prepares, it coordinates, and it oversees how the judiciary will handle election disputes. So they are the ones who decide what judge will handle what petitions, the presidential ones, the gubernatorial ones, the MPs one, the MCAs one. So which judges will handle which petitions? How will they be trained? What criteria will they use? So they are in charge of the training, the appointment, the selection of the judges that will handle every election petition. They dictate, or they kind of outline the criteria that these judges will use to make judgments on these cases. So that was quite interesting. So he's the one who leads that committee that deals with the preparation of that. Okay, so this committee is supposed to ensure that the courts are ready to handle petitions before, during, and after elections. Okay, so it ensures that the judges are well prepared to handle every election dispute. Okay, it also plans the deployment of judges and magistrates within the different places in the country. They determine which judges will hear what petitions, whether presidential, the gubernatorial, parliamentary, and MCA. They organize the trainings for judges on election laws and the timelines to conclude these petitions. Okay, and they also develop rules and guidelines for handling these petitions. So you see the scope of what he was in charge of. So the committee that he was in charge of basically comes up with the whole criteria of how the judiciary will handle election petitions in Kenya. Okay, so something peculiar, because my spirit kind of provoked me to dig deeper. So you remember I told you he is one of the few initial judges who were appointed to this committee. Okay, to the Supreme Court. He was among the first ones. So he is one of those who came in with the first bunch. Okay, he's among the first ones who came in. So remember, he's part of the Supreme Court judges. And in Kenya, when you have presidential disputes, who hears the presidential disputes in Kenya? It's the Supreme Court judges. So there's one thing that has struck me very surprisingly. So in Kenya, we've had the last 3 elections have been disputed, okay, under the new constitution, 2013, 2017, and 2022. So 3 disputed presidential elections. He has been in the first one, he was in the second one, and he was in the third one. So what happened in the first presidential election in 2013? It was thrown away. So it was rejected by the bench, of which he was part of those judges who rejected the presidential, the disputed presidential election. He threw out the petition, okay, by those who came to challenge the victory of then President Uhuru. So in 2017, this is where now it was interesting. He was part of the bench that were meant to hear this petition. But apparently, during that process, he fell sick. So he fell sick, and therefore he was not part of those who made the final judgments. Then what happened in 2017 that shocked the entire world? For the first time in Kenya, a presidential election was nullified. So remember, in 2013 he was part of the bench. The petition was thrown out. 2017, he was part, but he did not make the decisions. That election was nullified. Then in 2022, he came back. Then we all know that there was a unanimous decision by all the judges to throw out the petition. Okay? And he is the chairperson of the Judiciary Committee on Elections. Okay? So I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just giving you the facts. Remember, I told you that God is doing something in Kenya. If you have the eyes to see what He is doing, you're going to see it. If you don't have, then I don't know what I'll do to you. But today, I'm not giving you like a divine revelation by the Spirit of God or anything. No. I'm just giving you the facts. Compare it with what I've been telling you, then see all the coincidences. Him being the chair of that committee, the coincidence that when he was not part of the decision-making panel, there was a nullification. Then I told you that God is doing something new in 2027. Though we need to make it, or I need to make it clear, his term, or he was meant to retire on 1st January of 2026, but his death has occurred before it. Okay, so if you had watched my video before concerning spiritual gates and what I talked about, or when I mentioned that people are spiritual gates, leaders or people who carry influential positions, there are spiritual gates that allow certain systems to operate within the area in which they are in charge of. So if you remember what I talked about, then relate it with this, then you come to your own conclusions. In this video, I'm not going to expound more. I just want to give you these facts so that you think about it. Okay, if you think it's a coincidence, then it's okay. But ask yourself, how is it that the chairperson of this committee that is in charge of elections suddenly just dies? Okay, so that's up to you to decide, but I just thought it wise to bring it to your attention, and just pay keen attention again to what will happen in this country, to people in government, to those that you will see, those that will depart, and look at the positions they hold, and then go back to the history of these people and see the decisions they've made or the things they've done before. Then probably you can understand a thing or two when I say God is shifting a mindset. God is doing a new thing in Kenya. Okay? So I hope that's informative for you. I hope that helped you in a way, just to jog your memory. Just go and do your own digging, and probably God will reveal more to you. Okay? So from my end, thank you for sparing your 5 or 10 minutes. I've really enjoyed your presence and you being there, and I hope to see you again for the next episode. Cheers and God bless you.